Yeah. The time is 23 minutes past 8 o'clock, and Prof just called that he wouldn't be able to make it to the studio this morning because he's under the weather. We're going to so miss him on the show. I would have even put him on the phone, but he's on medication, so I don't want to stress him. I don't want to disturb him because, sometimes talking about Nigeria alone can give you
It's stressful.
high blood pressure if you're not careful. So, Prof, just was still, we hope to have you in the studio. Mashallah, next week Tuesday, God be with us. Inshallah, by God's grace. We hope to have you in the studio next week Tuesday. All right, it's time for our newspaper headlines and some stories you shouldn't miss for anything this morning. Some stories you shouldn't miss, some headlines you shouldn't miss for anything this morning. The lucky stories that made it to the front pages of some dailies this morning. I tell you, you shouldn't miss them for anything. All right, we begin this morning with the Daily Trust. The banner headlines: Daura set for Buhari's burial as Nigerian mourns. And above the nameplate, our Lagos local government poll was won and lost. 4 killed, many injured in Kano building collapse. Succession move begins after Awujale's burial. Resident flee as bandits attacks Niger communities, kills 6, abducts over 20. Those are the stories that made it to the front page of the Daily Trust. All right, Daily Independent. The banner headline: 2025 budget with debt burden, federal government taps into local market to fund deficits. The rider: expert one borrowing poses broader risk to economy. Nigeria's inflation projected to decline 21.4% in May. PIA attracts $16 billion investment, drives sector growth, reps deputy speaker. Shetima's federal government delegation to Buhari's family in London. World leaders mourn Buhari. Tinubu raises 17 committee for Buhari's burial. Tributes continue to pour in for Buhari and the rider, former president, for burial in Daura today. APC shut National Secretariat to mourn him. Federal government declares today public holiday for Buhari. Postpone special FEC meeting for funeral. ADC in 3 days mourning. Suspend activities. And above the nameplate, non-certification of NCAT's $21 million B737 simulator 5 years after leads to capital flight. Seven years after, low enrollment cripples Nigeria's micro pension plan. Those are the stories that made it to the front page of the Daily Independent. This is a newspaper. All right, this day newspaper. The time is 29 minutes past 8 o'clock. It's a public holiday in Nigeria as Nigeria mourns the former president of Nigeria. Nigerians are mourning. I don't know where you are by this time, but if you're still sleeping, it's a public holiday. Please keep sleeping. This day newspaper. Maman Daura family members, how former president spent his last hours. Tinubu's delegation to Buhari, to burial of Buhari to receive remains at Katsina Airport today. Awujale buried amid tight security as traditionally stormed burial venue midway. Those are the lucky stories that made it to the front page of the newspaper. It's 8:30 a.m. Some headlines you shouldn't miss for anything this morning. The Punch newspaper. It's a public holiday. What are your plans for today? The Punch newspaper. In Nigeria, tomorrow is not a public holiday. Oh. The Punch newspaper. Daura kinsmen associates reflect on Buhari's final months. State burial begins in Abuja today. Interment to follow in Katsina. I was hospitalized in same London facility as Buhari Abdulsalami. Jonathan visits Aisha in London as Amosun Lawan others arrive down. Tinubu appoints Akume Ribadu orders to burial committee. Federal government delegation visit Aisha Maman Daura Abdulami in London. The Punch newspaper. Natasha fires back at Akpabio over reinstatement challenge. Soldiers bar traditionalists from Awujale's Muslim funeral. Oshibajo governors Oshoba Daniel Dangote grace Awujale's burial. Fushengbuwa house poised for throne as Ijebu awaits new Awujale. Naira rebounds to 4-month high trade, 1,518 naira per dollar. Ogun workers begin strike over 82 billion naira pension arrears. Those are the stories that made it to the front page of Punch newspaper. The time is 8:34 a.m. And do you know the date? It's mid-month. It's July 15, 2025. Learn to be calming down. It's almost end of the month. At least it's mid-month. New Telegraph newspaper. Buhari, condolences continue to pour in from across the globe. US threatened visa overstayers with lifetime ban. Why Unical dentistry students may not graduate by Vice Chancellor. 5,000 applicants jostled for PTDF's overseas scholarship. Awujale of Ijebuland, Oba Sikiru Adetono laid to rest. Power. Discos billed Nigerians 2.19 billion naira for electricity in 2024. Says 1.659 billion naira paid, 536.95 billion naira outstanding. Buhari. Is achievement failures unusual moments? Court bars Ibas from inaugurating new River Services Commission. Don't probe Obaseki. Wike advises Okpewolo. Apologizes to Shomole for humiliating him. World's oldest president Biya to seek 8th term. Biya should be in his 90s. It's Rise Up Lagos, Rise Up Nigeria. It's our newspaper headlines. That's the segment. The Nation newspaper. No time to check time. The time is 8:38 a.m. The roads are so free this morning. The best time to drive in Lagos State. All right, the Nation newspaper. Tinubu, African leaders for Daura to attend Buhari's burial. Body arrives Katsina at noon for 2 p.m. funeral. Probe of Obaseki will distract you. Wike tells Edo Governor Okpebo. Plot to unseat Oshu Governor. Adeleke knocks Aregbesola. Wadada, Ume, Fadaunsi, 7 other senators said to change parties. Governors Oshibajo, Dangote, Ono, Awujale. And inside the Nation newspaper, full military honors for ex-president. Those ministers, traditional rulers to attend. APC short secretariat. Nigeria observed public holiday. We were admitted into same hospital, says General Abdul Salami. Kufo Ado Jonathan visit family in London. It's the ground running. Ayedatiwa urges new Ondo State ESCO members. Those are the stories that made it to the front page of the Nation newspaper this morning. All right, the station is Champion 90.7. We are live on Facebook and we are live on YouTube at Champion 90.7 FM. And as our breakfast show is Rise Up Lagos, Rise Up Nigeria. The Guardian newspaper. Pay TV struggles as more Nigerians opt for mobile streaming services. You find the story on page 6 of the Guardian newspaper. Buhari gets state funeral as critics fault National Assembly's weekly tributes. Oshibajo, Dangote, Abiodun, others bid Awujale farewell. U.S. threatened visas validity defaulters with deportation, lifetime ban. Over 2 million Abuja indigenous people risk extinction, CSO tell UN. Buhari represented unity, equity, but was misunderstood. Tight security in Daura's Katsina await Buhari remains. And above the nameplate, gunmen killed 2 evangelists in Fresh Plateau attack. Akpabio appeals against court order for Natasha's recall. Calls for meeting the regulation intensify as S1 of widening gap. Those are the stories that made it to the front page of the Guardian newspaper. Direct. Attention is direct. Direct now. Tribute. Tribute. Nigerian Tribune. Said for Buhari's burial, Tinubu to receive body in Katsina. Body to arrive by noon. Interment set for 2 p.m. today. Federal government declares public holiday. Condolence registers to be open in MDAs, ICC, Nigerian embassies, mission abroad. National Assembly suspend legislative activities for 1 week. Awujale. Ijebu-Ode stands still as Obadetona is buried. Abiodun Sanwo-Olu, Oshoba, Daniel Ngote, others in attendance. The Patriot Shift Constitutional Summit Wednesday to honor Buhari Awujale. Adeleke to Aregbesola. Osun people have not forgotten your records as governor. Those are the lucky stories that made it to the front page of the Nigerian Tribune. All right, still our newspaper headlines on Champion 90.7. And it's Rise Up Lagos, Rise Up Nigeria. Nigerian News Direct. Federal government releases full burial program as Tinubu receives Buhari remains in Katsina today. Declares national mourning, public holiday. Abdul Salami recounts Buhari last days in London hospital. Shetima leads federal government delegation visit Aisha Buhari in London. 2027. Buhari's death and the battle for soul of northern politics. Lagos launches advocacy drive to tackle out-of-school children crisis. Oshibajo, Abiodun Sanwo-Olu, Dangote, Oshoba, others bid Awujale farewell. Bandits wreak havoc in Niger communities as over 200 motorcycles ferry armed men across villages in 3-week rampage. And above the nameplate, Osun 2026. You left a legacy of huge state debt, unpaid salaries. Adeleke tells Aregbesola. Those are the stories that made it to the front page of Nigerian News Direct this morning. Leadership. Succession battle begins as Buhari is laid to rest in Daura today. Federal government declares holiday. More tribute warriors. Oba Adetono is buried. Those are the stories that made it to the front page of the Leadership newspaper. Blueprint. I was admitted in same hospital with Buhari before he died. Abdul Salami. FCT workers suspend strike after 3 months. Focus on governance. Forget probing Obaseki, Wike tells Okpebulu. Niger Delta. Troops nabs 50 oil vendors, confiscate 25,000 liters. Africans will develop Africa, Dangote tells global CEOs. Ex-Super Eagles defender Kadiri Ikana critically ill, Odegbami. IMF provides solution to support Nigeria's economic progress. IMF. Those are the stories that made it to the front page of Blueprint newspaper. Business Day. Rise up Lagos, rise up Nigeria on Champion 90.7 FM. We are live on YouTube and Facebook at Champion 90.7 FM. Nigeria's dairy deficit opens 2.3 trillion naira opportunity. Ten best performing mutual funds in H1. Hallo Equity, Alpha Morgan, others retain over 50%. It's misses in Buhari's oil gas footprints. Those are the stories that made it to the front page of the Business Day newspaper. For more updates on the stories, go get the newspapers.
Yeah.